You know, it is a place for fun and exercise for families, right? But what happened to a 13-year-old boy at a popular Lansing recreational facility is something you would probably never expect.
The boy's parents shared their son's story with Stacia Mullaney. They chose to hide their identities to help protect their son. They wanted to tell his story, though, in hopes of bringing about change. We do want to warn you, you may find some of the content disturbing.
Last March, a Lansing mother dropped off her 13-year-old son at the Westside YMCA. He was going swimming. But when she returned to pick him up, something was wrong.
He was white as a ghost. I didn't know what was wrong with him. I asked him what was wrong with him a few times.
After asking a few more times, the boy finally told his mother something happened when he got out of the pool.
Came back into the locker room where there was a man across from him who was masturbating to him.
That man was 33-year-old Donovan Hollingsworth, who had already been convicted of fourth-degree criminal sexual conduct in 2001. She says he continued to follow her son around the locker room.
He was right behind him while he was still masturbating.
Before Hollingsworth was sentenced this time around, the boy detailed the experience in a letter to the judge.
I felt afraid, ashamed, weird.
I was shocked. I was scared. I was worried. I didn't think that it would ever happen to my kid.
That's when she called the YMCA.
I explained to him exactly in detail what happened in the locker room.
She says she spoke with the facility's executive director.
He told me it was my call, but he had to warn me that if I did take it further, that I would be putting him through a lot of stress and trauma.
But Tony Fergale, the president of the YMCA of Lansing, says his organization quickly cooperated with police.
Our staff is trained to be aware, to notice things, and to report immediately any incidents that takes place with any member, especially with children.
But Fergale admits the YMCA isn't checking to see if any of its patrons are in fact sex offenders.
Well, the YMCA is an organization that's a public organization that is accessible to all. We do not personally screen every individual that comes through the YMCA, but take the basic information.
But the young boy's parents say that's the problem. They want to see the organization ask applicants if they've been convicted of a sex crime. And if the answer is yes, they want the YMCA to turn them away.
I think they know how to pick and choose which ones actually should be there. If you're a registered sex offender, you should not be in a facility where there are children running.
If somebody don't want to be screened, they are always welcomed at Fitness USA. It's all males one day, all females the next day. No minors are allowed there.
That's something that could be considered. We'd have to get some advice on that as to how practical that is, or what is something that is actually effective.
I think about it every day.
But the 13-year-old's family says it's the only way to ensure other children won't have to experience what their son did.
My parents talked to me about it, and I knew it wasn't my fault, but I wonder why it happened to me.
I thought that he was safe there. I thought that it was a good place for kids to go.
All we wanted from the beginning was them to change something to make the kids safe, like they say they are.
While the YMCA considers whether or not to make a policy change, the family has canceled its membership, and the parents worry about their son's future.
My son, he'll never get over it. He follows me everywhere. It's like I got a lost puppy.
I worry about this happening again, and I'm always on guard. I don't trust people, and I don't like being alone.
Oh, it's gonna stay with him forever. Like, we thought that maybe this would be something that he would eventually be able to get over with, but he'll never get over it. I don't think all of us will never get over it.
A matter of seconds that have forever changed this family.
Oh, what a story, Stacia. She joins us now live. And the gentleman that was silhouetted with the light behind him, that was the boy's father. Okay,
Yes.
just to make that clarification. You know, the first thing that runs through probably a lot of people's minds and mine is, why don't they do background checks on the members at WISE? And wouldn't that be a good idea?
Yeah, absolutely. And there are some WISE that have done this and are doing this, but of course, you know, that raises the question of the rights of the sex offender.
Okay, so it is realistic. Talk to us about the second part of your report.
Well, during his pre-sentencing investigation, Donovan Hollingsworth actually admitted that that day he was cruising the YMCA for a sexual partner. So tomorrow we take a closer look at this type of organized pedophilia.
That's happening right
Cruising.
here in
Yeah.
Michigan. All right, Stacia, thank
Stacia,
you for
thanks.
that alert.
Absolutely.